Here with OCU wrestling coach Archie Randall. The Stars will travel this week to the WCWA Championships. And coach, last year you took second place at WCWA, been ranked second all season long with your women's team. What are the expectations going into the weekend?
Our expectations are always the same. We're trying to win a national championship, and we're in about the same position as we were last year, and we fell short by 2 points. So hopefully we can make that deficit up.
Cody Fow, Emily Webster, both individually ranked #1. Kayla Aggio is ranked #2. Talk about their potential going into the weekend.
I think they're all three of them are in a good shot to make it to the finals. And that's the most important thing in wrestling, is make it to the final match. At the final match, the individual has to determine whether they're going to be a champion or not. So, I think they all have really good shots to win. Kayla Aggio is one of our team captains, and her practices are going well. The team is practicing great right now. We're trying to come off a huge number of injuries. Their attitude is great. They feel good about themselves, and they feel they can win. That's the most important thing. They feel they can win.
Any other individuals that maybe might surprise this weekend?
Oh yeah, every single weight class we'll have someone ranked that has a shot to make it. At 116, we have Shelby Morrison, who is going to be seeded 4, but has scored on everybody above her, so she's got a good shot to make it through too. It really matters on how they end up in the bracket, who their competition is how far they can go. At 130, Brittany Delgado, 3-time All-American, who's probably going to be seeded 3 or 4 in the tournament. She has a great chance to win the weight too. And also Cara Ponce's in that weight. She'll be in one of the top 8 positions. Her goal is to get to the All-American round and see how far she can go. At 136, Rachel Young and Natalia Hinault are going to make a statement. Natalia Hinault looked really good. She finished 3rd at the Dave Schultz tournament, which she's wrestling all the foreign athletes and did a really good job. Rachel Young has just had a phenomenal year. She beat the #1 girl 10-0 in, I think, 1 minute and 15 seconds. And, she had lost to the girl twice before and just annihilated her. At 143 is Kayla Aggio, and Haley Garcia is coming off a knee injury. She's doing real well. She should be seated around 6th, which is going to give her an opportunity to be an All-American too. At 55, Yvonne Galindo is just having a phenomenal second half of the season too. She's going to be seated around 6 at that weight too, but anything can happen at the national tournament. We moved Demi Strube from 150 to 155 to 170. She'll be seated 2 at the tournament, which she's got a chance to win the tournament also. She'll have Lori Ramos probably in the semis, which is a girl from King that she beat 8-2. At 170, at 191, you have Heather O'Connor, who's going to be seeded 3, which she beat the 2 girl already. So we're looking really good as far as seedings are at the tournament, but once again, it's how good they wrestle, how they feel. It's really important. Actually, the WCWA tournament now is going to hit about 300 athletes. There's 5 or 6 teams that are really have the potential to win the tournament. King, of course, is the one that's ranked #1 and justly so. But the thing about the national tournament, no one's worried about OCU. Everybody's getting theirs, and I think the whole tournament, whether it be us, King, or Campbellsville, or Lindenwood, or McKendree, any of those schools, is who's going to come through the backside. The backside of the tournament wins the tournament. And I think we got the kids that can do it. So we're pretty confident going in.
As far as your men's team is concerned, you got a big win in a duel with Central Oklahoma last week. Talk about what went into that performance.
Basically, the win over UCO is all about the recruiting wars. And we wrestled very well. We had a great performance out of Adrian Gaines, who upset the #4 ranked Division II kid. He not only beat him up, he pinned him. And after that, we won 3 in a row at that time. And I probably made a mistake of bumping Ricky McCarty from 65 to 74, but sometimes coaches get greedy and try to get the extra bonus point. He got caught in the cradle in the first period. Then after that, with 2 good competitors, you're not going to score with a 5-point deficit. But we wrestled very well all the way through, and it was a big win for us.
Couple of weeks, you guys will head to the NAI Central Qualifier. What's the expectations heading into that?
Our Central Qualifier is the toughest qualifier of all 4 qualifiers. There's 15 teams at the tournament. It will be a dogfight. You have to go top 4 to come out. We're real confident about 8 of our kids can make it through the national tournament, and it's a dogfight. We tried to restructure the regions last year, but it didn't get approved. So, I'd rather go to any other region than the Central Region right now. We could do real well, but it is what it is. We have Grandview there, and we have Missouri Valley there, and Missouri Baptist there, and go on and on and on and on. So the tournament itself is really tough. Our expectations are high. The kids are wrestling real well. We had a really good duel against Nebraska Kearney, which was a 2-ranked team in D2. I think now they're 4 or something like that. It was a really good duel. We had them on the run, which is pretty good. And then we did beat Pueblo afterwards. But they're wrestling really well. And the critically most important thing about our men's team is we only have 2 seniors. And I really think that our men's team can perform against any team in any division. They wrestle hard. They're a good group of kids.
Any recruiting news that you can let us in on?
Oh, recruiting-wise, right now, I think with the men's and women's team, we have 16 coming in so far. And that's early for recruiting as far as NAI and women's wrestling. Our women's team, we have probably 2 or 3 the number 1 ranked girls in the nation. We have Marissa Barraza from Washington's coming in. We signed Becca Leathers from Choctaw. We signed a girl named Lonnie Cahu, who actually wrestles for the Marshall Islands team, and she'll be going to the Olympics in 2016 with the Marshall Islands team. We just got through signing a girl from New York named Monica Mason, and we have a girl. We have just all the way through the thing. We have nothing but kids who are All-Americans, are national runner-ups, or national champs. This group of girls that we got out of 11 girls coming in. We feel that at Junior Nationals in Fargo, which is the biggest event for high school girls as far as freestyle is concerned, that we got a good shot at having 5 national champs coming in for our team. So it's really looking good. Guys-wise, right now, we signed a really good kid from Del City named Nathan Barnes, who I think is going to contribute right away. We signed a 2-time champ from Tuttle, and we just signed 2 kids from Coweta, and I think we're going to get a 3rd kid from Coweta in just a little bit too. So both teams, the recruiting looks really good for us for the next year, which we're excited about that too. And I have to give kudos to my 2 assistant coaches, C.J. Campbell and Matt Stevens, because they've done a great job recruiting. Well, they can talk the talk, I guess. I'm the closer. That's all I do is closing.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.